And $300 fines and costs, $75.50. So with regard to counseling, the issue for counseling will be the Batters in Transition Program.
That's through CST?
Yep.
Is that by Zoom or?
You can arrange that with Ms. Joseph.
Thank you.
And then no contact. Stated number 7, either in writing, third party. What else is listed there? Random and refrains. Give me a qualified card or something. I don't know. Consider that.
Thank you.
Then the alternative is 90 days, time to pay. Start with this. We can try like that. Yeah. In the matter of people versus Ananya, that's on file number 252460. Appearances for the record.
Good morning, I'm Brown on behalf of the Assembly, President of Portland Sands.
And any additions, subtractions, or deletions?
Your Honor, I did get a copy of the PSI report. I have some questions. I know Ms. Slaughter is not here. It does say on the last paragraph under assessment that he did not complete court ordered program. And I'm not sure what she's referring to, but he did. He's participating in CTS services with Ms. Cynthia Joseph.
I do know that he has been going to CSTs, completed, I believe, 4 sessions from what Ms. Joseph told me this morning.
And he's also participating in our group sessions.
Right.
And so I'm not sure if there were some other court ordered programs that I wasn't aware of, but yes. And then under recommendations, I don't know if number 2 was a typo. She wants him on 12 months probation and 30 days in jail.
She did say she wanted jail time. It's a recommendation.
And unfortunately, Ms. Slaughter is not here, but her report doesn't indicate why she's recommending the jail time. I guess I can address that in allocation.
Please go ahead. Do you have anything else that you want to?
Other than that, there's no corrections, deletions, or additions made.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, I would say that Mr. Anaya was definitely honest and straightforward when speaking with Ms. Slaughter and at his PSI interview, even despite the fact that he entered a no contest plea, he was transparent with her about the events that transpired on the day that he received these charges. He is employed full time. He's a barber. Since this incident, he has had no contact with the alleged victim. He's definitely remorseful for the incident that happened. He accepts his punishment. He is currently on a tether that was court ordered. There has not been any violations of that tether conditions. There has not been any violations of the bond conditions. And for those reasons, I'm not sure why it was recommended that he spend 30 days in jail. He has by all court orders since been released. He did have one incident back in July for violating the no contact order, but he did serve a jail time for that. And he was also honest and transparent with his court about that violation and did not waste his court's time. But he went ahead and admitted to his faults that day as well. Again, we went through the recommendations. I do believe that the recommendations are appropriate, except for the jail time. I believe that Mr. Anaya has proven himself that he will follow the court recommendations, that he will stay away from the alleged victim in this matter, and he is even continuing to go through the program with Ms. Cynthia Joseph because he believes that it's beneficial and is helping him to identify anger issues and control those anger issues as well. So I would ask that the court follow the recommendations, however, hold the 30-day jail in abeyance pending his successful completion of probation.
All right. And is there anything you want to add?
No.
Well, here is why I believe they part of jail is appropriate. When I looked at his version of the events and read through, they at best minimize the situation that occurred. What I, based on what I've seen, at an attempt to take the life of another. When you look at the neck, you choked him. You minimize that, excuse me, in your version. And by doing that, you're not accepting the responsibility of what took place. So there has to be consequences for what occurred. Now, what has been helpful, why I'm not doing more than 30 days, actually not all of them, is that you have been in 4 sessions, you have attended those, you seem to be open to treatment. But what you did to your intimate partner was wrong. So based on that, I'm going to do 14 days with credit for 7. If you look at the 7 days, treatment. I did talk to Ms. Joseph. So you resume that. There'll be the batters in transition, which is the full 52 weeks. You'll be on probation for 12 months. With regard to fines, I'll take that back down. Given that you're going to be doing more time, I'll take that to just the fees of $75 from striking number 3, $50 state minimum, 30 is the fee. As I mentioned, batters in transition, no contact with Ms. Fay, random and refrain, so you are tested as a matter of course. Probation department will explain that to you, and then your alternative will then be 83 days, or I will correct that to make sure. So with that, I'll remand you the custody of the sheriff, and I'll be in contact with Ms. Joseph. So you.
And Your Honor, just for clarification, once he's released, we'll also discontinue the tether and.
Oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me. Because of that, because you've been in session, I will also move the tether. Make sure that's done. You'll need the charger. So it's going to be dropped off. Right here. Oh. Yeah. Get in there. With regard to People versus Herrera on file number 252201. Appearances for the record.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Kelly Ellsworth appearing on behalf of Luciano Herrera.
Are there any additions, subtractions, or deletions in the report?
No, the PSI is accurate, Your Honor, still.
Please go ahead.
Your Honor, there is a recommendation for an additional 26 days in jail, followed by 180 days of GPS, tethered along with some fines and costs and the batters in transition. Mr. Herrera also has a circuit court case file that I represent him on. He pled guilty as charged in that case on September 8th. We had a COB with Judge Jackson. He indicated his sentence would be probation with 12 months tethered. Jackson follows his COB. I would be very surprised if that 12 months tethered was not put in place. In this case, we would request that, that tether, not be ordered in this case, since it will be in circuit court. And then I would ask the court to consider just credit for the time served that he has in. I know that his bond was revoked. Mr. Herrera indicates that he did not violate his pretrial conditions. I don't want to relitigate that. But I wanted the court to be aware of that. He mentioned that to me when we were doing the PSI. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I would request time served. The no tether because of the circuit court case, and then follow the remaining recommendation.
I think I put Cynthia's sheets in that file. How long is he gonna be on the probation with Michigan Department of Corrections?
There's no cops for the amount of time of probably 2 years, Your Honor.
Mr. Herrera, is there anything that you wish to add?
Yes, sir. Um, I was told that there was a police report that's why my bond was revoked. And I would like to say that I didn't even know that a police report was made that day, that what was even said in the police report was false. The CO that told me that did my intake told me that a police report was made that I had broken TV, and my mother had stated that to the cops, and that honestly, sir, did not happen at all. I went to work 2 hours, an hour and a half earlier than what I needed to because my boss called me for labor because labor was down bad, 100 hours in Bridgeport. And my mom didn't get off of work until 4 something, 4:30. That's what my sister told me after I called her when I got in here to figure out what was going on. I did proceed to get out of work around like 9 to 10 something when I clocked off. And everything was copacetic and everything. So no, I didn't even know a police report or any of that was made. So honestly, I've been doing everything I can to stay out, to be able to see my daughter more. I'm not a bad guy, so I'm trying my hardest to live a good life. I'm trying to be there for my daughter. And this is all honesty to me, I want to please excuse my French, but I feel like this is all bullshit to me, like I'm doing everything in my willpower, sir, to do better. And it's like there's always something coming at me that's wrong, and I honestly did nothing. So I just wanted to take that into consideration. And I also, for my behalf, my story, my boss can vouch for me, and then the tether itself, monitored that I showed up at work 2 hours earlier than what I needed to that day. And they didn't, from what I know, they didn't even show a cop of broken TV, sir. Like, I don't, at this point, it's just words that's being used against me, and I don't know what's going on, sir. Honestly, I don't know. It just sucks to me because I'm trying my hardest to be better. I was going to my classes, I was keeping my tether paid, and not just paid, I was overpaying it. So, I wouldn't get in trouble, so I wouldn't miss a date. I just wanted to take in consideration I was trying, and that I do got a person that could vouch for me that day on that I was at work early than what I needed to, and that did. My sister can say that did not happen. She got the same TV she had for 2 years, sir, and it's still working. I don't know what TV she's even referring to, like I said, because they wasn't able to provide a broken TV to the cops themselves that day, from what I know of. And I'm only going off the report that was told to me, sir.
Well, first of all, we're here with what occurred back on May of this year. April of this year. And in that, where your intimate partner, who I believe was pregnant at the time, you abused.
Abuse, sir. I don't know what you mean by abuse. I never laid a finger on my spark, my intimate. I never laid a finger on it.
You said that you were doing everything that you could to stay out. Well, let me kind of review. Wednesday, July 16, You missed your in-office appointment with Ms. Joseph.
It was stated on the paper.
Where else did you miss? You did not go. You did pay back in September. Now, let me review your record. You had some matters as a juvenile. And then in 22, you also had a very serious felony under juvenile adjudication as well. Also in 22, you pled guilty and was sentenced for assault with a dangerous weapon. Now you have a pending case in which you had pled guilty to involving a firearm, carrying a concealed weapon. This case involves, again, the abuse, terrorization of your child's mother. I don't think you are quite understanding the seriousness of your actions. I mean, I will say you have been very respectful when you've been in court, but I believe that is because you are what will be commonly referred to as a street angel, but a house devil. You're at home with the people you know. You're terrible. And that is what is a concern. I initially thought, well, since you are unable to change your ways, and I don't know how to get to the trauma that you had as a child. Clearly, you had some. I don't know what is going to be discussed between you and Miss Joseph or Miss Maria. See you. But because of your unwillingness to go to treatment, we're going to do it this way. I'm going to start with 180 days in jail, credit for 34. I have the 75, 50 in fees, so that the people are not taking up that. You will also be referred to the Batters in Transition Program, where you will complete the same. Should you fail to complete the same, then you will remain the remainder of 180 days in jail. I'm not going to put you on probation. I'm not going to put you on GPS. That's what the Department of Corrections wants to do in a gun case. They can do that after you're done. But I will see that you are in treatment. And in fact, you will be probably the first person that we initiate the in jail treatment program. So upon your release, you'll have the remainder of 90 days of pay. If you have any questions, may be successful upon release.
I don't fully understand how much I gotta do, how much time do I got to do so?
Roughly 150 days, probably less, about 140. Credit, probably down to 120, given the statute. They give you 1 day credit for every 5 you serve. But this court believes that the recommendation and what's your history, had you been active in treatment, I would have considered the recommendation without jail. But because that you were resistant to that, because of what I have heard and the case upstairs and so forth, that is what so Ms. Joseph and Miss Maria, CSD counseling, see you while you're in jail, then you can begin that process. But I may not have you on probation. I will be monitoring your treatment program. Should you fail, again, I will show cause you and then make it 180 days in jail. All right, good luck on that.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you.